Swalwell began to speak. His voice was calm but firm. Director Patel, I'm going to ask you a simple question. Where is the FBI report dated January 15th, 2026? The room fell silent. Patel's face didn't change, but something flashed in his eyes. A momentary hesitation. He was aware of all the cameras. Representative, the FBI has thousands of reports. Could you clarify which report you are referring to? Patel's response was skillful, a delaying tactic, but Swalwell was prepared. He pulled a piece of paper from his file. He held it up. You know which report, the one dated January 15th, prepared by the FBI's Counterterrorism Division, submitted to the National Security Council. Its title, Domestic Radical Movements, Threat Assessment. That report. The bomb dropped. Because this report was no ordinary report. This report was a document showing that certain political groups were considered threats by the FBI. And now that document was gone. Patel was now speaking more cautiously. You know this report contains classified information. We cannot discuss this in open session. Classic defense, the veil of secrecy. But Swalwell was expecting that too. Director Patel, the confidentiality level is FOUO, for official use only. As a member of Congress, I have the right to see this report. And when I requested this report last week, do you know what they told me? The report cannot be found. It's not in the system records. It's not in the physical archives. It's not in the digital backups. How can a report just disappear completely? The room erupted. Journalists scrambled for their notebooks. The committee members looked at each other. Because this was a serious accusation. Deleting an FBI report constituted a federal crime. Patel took a deep breath. The game had changed. Evasive answers would no longer suffice. Mr. Representative, we are undergoing a restructuring process within the FBI. Some reports are being reevaluated due to methodological issues. This is a routine procedure. Swalwell smiled, but it was not a friendly smile. It was the smile of a hunter who had cornered his prey. Methodological issues. Interesting. May I ask you this? Were these methodological issues discovered before or after you became FBI director? Silence. Patel did not answer, because the answer was obvious. That report had been prepared, approved, and distributed before Patel joined the FBI. And one of the first things Patel did when he joined the FBI was to launch an investigation into that report. Swalwell continued, Let me tell you something else. The team leader who prepared that report was Special Agent Jennifer Morrison. She had a 28-year career at the FBI. She was a counterterrorism expert. She received a commendation from the White House, and she was removed from her position in your second week as director. Coincidence? Patel was now uncomfortable. Everyone could see it. He shifted in his seat. Personnel decisions are based on performance evaluations. Special Agent Morrison's removal had nothing to do with the report. But Swalwell had more cards up his sleeve. And right here, what I'm about to tell you is going to be even more explosive. If you don't want to miss out on this kind of stuff, don't forget to like the video and share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Patel really deleted the report? Swalwell pulled out another document from the file. This time it was a printout of an email. Director Patel, you have an email dated January 22nd. To the FBI Internal Affairs Division. Subject, Review of the Morrison Report. The email reads, The methodology of this report contains serious problems. It should be removed from the archives immediately and all copies should be collected. The room erupted. Reporters started taking pictures. The committee chair called for order, but no one listened. Because this was clear evidence. Patel was now on the defensive. That email is a request for review. It is not an order to delete. The FBI has quality control mechanisms. Suspicious reports are reviewed. This is standard procedure. Swalwell didn't back down. It must be removed from the archive immediately. Those are your words. And guess what happened? Exactly 3 days later, that report was deleted from the system. All copies were collected. Morrison was fired. And now you sit here and tell me standard procedure? Now let's get to the real issue. Why was this report so important? What was in it that Patel wanted to delete it? Swalwell explained. That report analyzed domestic radical movements, and the findings were very clear. The biggest threat came from far-right militants, white supremacist groups, armed militias, and the report also touched on the political connections of some of these groups. That's why the report was important, because that report identified some of Trump's supporters as potential threats. And Patel was Trump's man. And then Swalwell asked the most critical question. Everyone in the room was waiting for this question. Director Patel, I'm asking you one last time, who deleted that report? Silence. 10 seconds. 20 seconds. Patel was thinking. Everyone knew the answer, but no one was saying it. Finally, Patel spoke. I am the director. I am responsible for all decisions at the FBI. The report was removed from the archives with my approval, and I consider this to be the right decision. The bomb dropped. Patel had confessed, plain and simple, in front of the cameras, and that's when things took a completely different turn. The consequences of this confrontation are still being debated. If you want to follow these developments, don't forget to subscribe to my channel because this story isn't over yet. When the hearing ended, everyone was in shock. Patel had openly admitted to deleting a federal report, and he defended it as the right decision. The Democrats took immediate action. That night, 3 different requests for investigation were made. An appeal was made to the Inspector General of the Department of Justice. An investigation was requested from the FBI's Internal Affairs Unit. Republicans defended Patel. The FBI is finally being depoliticized, they said. Patel is doing the right thing, they said. But even some Republican senators were uncomfortable, because deleting a report set a dangerous precedent, regardless of party affiliation. The media went wild. That night, all the major news broadcasts covered the same story. FBI director admits to deleting reports. Analysts debated on CNN. Is this the reason for the dismissal? Fox News defended him. Patel is a courageous leader. There was anger on MSNBC. The FBI is collapsing. But the real question is, why did Patel do this? Why take such a risky move as deleting a report? Some say, ideological. Patel truly believes that report is wrong. He thinks the FBI is targeting conservative groups, and he's trying to fix it. Others say, political. Trump didn't want that report because it targeted his base. Patel was just following his boss's orders. Another theory, strategic. Patel is reshaping the FBI. He is erasing all traces of the old era. He is building a new FBI, and this report was a symbol of the old FBI. The truth is probably a mixture of all three. Patel thinks ideologically, politically, and strategically. And deleting that report served all 3 of his goals. Did Swalwell win a victory in that hearing? It seems so. He cornered Patel. He got a confession. On camera. But is that the real victory? Because look, Patel is still the FBI director. He's still in office. And the deletion of that report hasn't changed. The report is still gone. The results still stand. Swalwell won the public opinion battle, but Patel is winning the war. Because he's changing the FBI. He's changing the agenda. He's changing the policies. And a congressional hearing didn't stop that. Maybe the real question isn't who won. Maybe the real question is, what will become of the FBI? February 7th, 2026. That day's confrontation in Congress wasn't just between Swalwell and Patel. That confrontation was between 2 different visions of America. On one side, Swalwell, accountability, transparency, institutional independence. On the other side, Patel, restructuring, reform, deep state cleanup. The question, who deleted the FBI report, has been answered. Patel deleted it. But bigger questions remain unanswered. Is the FBI still independent? Is deleting reports legal? Is this Patel's reform or his revenge? And most importantly, what's the next step? Because that hearing wasn't an end. It was a beginning. The battle between Swalwell and Patel is just getting started, and the outcome of this battle will determine the future of the FBI. Thank you for watching the video to the end. If you don't want to miss these explosive moments, confrontations, and political analyses, subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications. Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Patel did the right thing, or did he cross a dangerous line? Everyone has an opinion on this topic. What's yours? See you in the next video.